Finally, we found a dolmen. There's also an Entpine here, which will teach Druidism in spring, Elementalism in summer, Necromancy in fall, and in winter generates prestige. There's also a clan banner to improve our reputation with orcs. We actually care a lot about our reputation with orcs. Maybe that's just what I get then. Just have a war banner up at all times. If I get a second war banner, it's possible I could have a good relationship with the orcs without even visiting them. But man, it's hard to turn down a dolmen. I have a lot of classrooms. How many students do I have in the school at the moment? Can't check. I'm gonna ballpark it and say I have 43 students in the school. I'm gonna take clan banner and then let's check exactly how many students we have. 31. I was off. I was off by a significant enough factor that I can't say, oh, you know, that was kind of impressive. Definitely throw this bad boy in a refectory where they spend more time. Ooh, actually, no. Spend a lot of time in there at the moment. What with all the sleeping? I want to see it trigger. Actually, you know what? They might not be considered active characters while they're doing that. Take another draw from... Ooh! Have I seen this before? Wooden set from the World Tree. Active characters in the same room generate some prestige. There's also the Fall Season Shoulder Pads. When a student is at least level 1 in Druidism and Herbalism, they get the Fall Season Shoulder Pads. Their health gains are now doubled. And then there's a dolmen. Well, I did ask of the dolmen quite consistently here. Actually, getting a dolmen in the middle here? Yes, love that. Speaking of loving that, excellent and is lawful good is fun under the king's protection, so we can get some king stuff from that as well. You've got ancient wisdom and you're an elder. You've got good unionize, but no, you're not my druid teacher at all. Another really good pickup to make here. Zarsaroth's raclette dish, sorry. Characters who eat in this room have a chance to create cheese component. That is going to be very useful because orcs will occasionally come to us, and this is a way to deny their quest and get a positive from it. We're on the clouds, the cat marionette. Welcome in. Off the back of a wagon. I love that this is bugged. It gives you 100 gold for having at least 100 gold. Sign of the Eldest, Demonology and Portal Magic, no. Level 3 in Druidism gives you tiredness growing 75% slower. Man, our needs are really well handled with like a lot of different modifiers we've found so far. It's exciting. Chosen by the light, well-behaved worker. You are a coward, but you are smart. Green swords. I rarely use multiple different ones, but I guess this is because all students in this school want to study all of the magic in this school, so I don't really have to have too many houses right now. You're chosen by the light, you're a steadfast worker. You are dumb, so negative 40%, but plus 25 and then plus 10. You know what, Ursula? You're wealthy and you've got 7 years here. You're a green sword. You can be a green sword. We'll make a green sword out of you, Ursula. Psychologist. A room where a psychologist can make your students immune to loss of sanity. Or I can get another private apartment over in the other area. Or I could get another nature room over in the other area as well. Not bad. I think I will go for another private apartment because I got a private apartment for teachers in every area except this one now. Makes a lot of sense to me. We put one more down. There's the greenhouse I still can't say. Ivy. The room housing the ivy and all adjacent rooms become more efficient. Activities go by faster. So this is where constructions like this are useful. Because this ivy will improve the Bright Staff Refectory. Is that a Bright Staff Refectory or a teaching room? Is that a teacher's hall? I think that's like a teacher's hall. There's the stable directly above it. Activities go by faster. Will that mean they'll sleep faster as well? The nature room teaches faster. The private apartment goes faster as well. I don't know. I'm actually kind of leaning myself now or more towards the Orc Hound. Decreases the desire of active students in the same room to misbehave and bites them occasionally to speed up the learning process. I also think the Orc Hound actually travels around the school, but I'm going to check in on it in a bit. If it hasn't traveled, then I'll move it manually. Yeah, no, it travels around the school. Okay. Honestly, just having a bunch of stables and a bunch of animals in the stables might actually just be really, really good. Okay. We're about to be approached again. Stacking Dolmen is actually pretty important. I remember the Dolmen... Where is the Dolmen? Dolmen's up here. Dolmen has House Leprechaun. Students have a strong chance of improving their wealth. So we're going to try and stack the Dolmen really high as quickly as we can. I think I'm actually just going to try and get it to 4. An unbreakable, beautiful, down-to-earth Shadow Disciple in Cassandra Careful. Rinwald goes in 2, despite being a bully. You are smart. What's my natural magic at the moment? Okay, that's enough. I'm going to go to the villages again. If I can get 2 more positive interactions with the villagers and get my loading speed of messenger guinea pigs up 20%, I think getting that early is going to be very, very useful for helping us ball out of control, so to speak. White Dragon wanders around the school. Any active student encounters learns light magic more effectively for a few minutes. Love it. I actually think we're off to like a really good start. We're bored. We don't know what to do, and there's nothing fun in the students' hall. Oh man, 150, and I could give them the ability to make alcohol, but I'll find a critter to keep you happy. Another fawn, nice. Witch's cat. Wanders around the school, reducing the needs of all characters there. Yeah, let's do that too. I love just being able to put so many animals out. Actually, getting some half-orcs in this school would be really good, because half-orcs work 40% faster when there's an animal in their room. So we need to get a really good relationship with the orcs. A really good relationship. New students have a higher chance of being elves. We are building quite tall. Elves are really damn good, but also losing a negative trait while sleeping in bed. No. New students being all elves would be nice. I said it earlier, and then the game gave me the ability to do it. I shouldn't turn it down. Chosen by Light, smart. Green sword. Jack of all trades, worker. Poor, but you have 7 years in school. Stephen, you're fine too. Ah, our first graduates. 15 mana of every type. Not super useful, but getting a couple copies of that could be okay. The rerolls here could make you better by making you an adventurer and giving me gold, making you a ranger. Other than that, I actually think village mage is fine. I'm gonna accept that. Ah, you could become a shepherd, but 200 gold is pretty good. There we go, shepherd. 100 natural mana, 100 gold. I'll take that too. Protective spirit? You could have been rolled. This is our first graduating class, 3 years in, and these characters already have reasonable futures. Yeah. Peasant becomes a peasant there. Nature deck. Definitely want the green magic, green dragon, but there's also a shamanic staff. When a student has at least level 2 in druidism, they get a shamanic staff. They now generate 30% more natural mana when studying. I actually probably should take that. It's going to make it a lot easier to get the green dragon in the future, but the green dragon would have made it easier to get that in the future. Works either which way, actually. Another refectory, definitely. We need to get one of these out in basically every one of the buildings at some point. Yeah, there's one on the ground there, and then one up there. Okay. Light tech draws coming up soon. We're getting natural mana significantly faster than we're getting light mana right now, which seems odd to me. But we do have a dolmen and 2 stables, whereas in light mana we have a Chamber of Truth, which is a small-sized classrooms, and there are probably not that many people studying there at any point. There's obviously the light room down here still. And then a Hero's Chapel. The Hero's Chapel is also in an area where it seems like the students don't even want to go there. This is the campaign mode. Yes, Flop Freak. Ooh, let's take another draw from the nature deck. Another clan banner for the Orcs. That's exactly what I wanted when I picked up the first one. Tribal Belt would be good, but I said what I said about the Orcs, and I stand by it. Yeah, they are actually giving us positives with the Orc tribe. Let's have a look at the local map and see how much that's affected us so far. So we're at 0. I -10'd them 2 times, and I +10. So I'm 10 positive. Sell your cheese. I'm not selling my cheese just yet in case the Inquisition come to me and like, hey, discard cards from your hand, and if you discard cards, we'll give you light mana. Because these discard for light mana right now anyway. Zastaroth's again. There's another Repentant Bed, but there's up against the Bright Staff Refectory. Man, it's really hard to beat that. It's just out to that side. Yeah, the Bright Staff Refectory is side to side as well. I don't know if it wants to be low in the building like that. Could it be down here? Theoretically, I guess. I don't really love any of the placements for this. Like, I kind of want to... Actually, you know what? I'm keeping that in hand. We'll place that later based on some other location. Shadow Disciple, worker. Gabby goes in. Bit slow. You got 7 years, though. You're a worker, well-behaved. Fine. No more holidays. Our kids bother us so much less when he's at school. We'll make room for him, getting a private bedroom. Or, surely an animal would convince him to stay. 50 natural mana to get a random animal. Love that. Pegasus! Pegasus is here, but there's also the aquarium. Animal in a box. Animal in a box as well. Active students in this room slightly improve their beast magic skills. Oh my gosh. The aquarium active characters in this room generate gold as well. I did say that I wanted that earlier, and I still do want that. Can you build a shrine to Flopcat? Will this suffice? The Witch's Cat? It's a tall shrine right there. All right, so the aquarium, active characters in this room generate gold. I'm going to want to pop this down in a room with many active characters. The other stable consistently has active characters in. This is going to have more active characters as soon as I build more out in that direction. I'm going to put in the stable. Obviously, I don't expect the fish in the aquarium to roam the school. But damn, it'd be nice. No one really cares about my money coming up soon. Magic armor. Active characters in this room lose half as much health for a few minutes. I don't think there's enough mechanics in the game that make you lose health in a building rather than a run that really justify having as many things as they give that buff health or combat or defense while you're in your school and not in a dungeon. Maybe it's more necessary in higher levels? I kind of doubt it. Another light room stacked on the previous one. Yeah, no, we'll take another student's hall. Have a student's hall out in a different area as well. Yes, it's here that we need to be, right? That's good enough. I'll just put another building across the top too. I should also start to think about, like, broadly the perimeter of my building. It's entirely possible that I'm not, like, too many levels below where I'm going to want to max out, and I can start putting up herbalism and sacred magic buildings, but I don't need to. It's just something I might think about. There's a... Man, all of these are really good. Manivore Snake improves the efficiency of all rooms on the snake's floor. So we could have that improve... I mean, I don't know what improving the efficiency of a teacher's lounge or a student hall or any of those kinds of things is actually going to do for us. Yeah, I don't think it's the Mana Ball Snake here. I think it's just Green Dragon. And then put you literally, basically, anywhere will do. Get a couple more students in the school, but pull from the light tech first. Flower Crown. Ooh, and a student's at least level 3 in Herbalism. Herbalism? Herbalism is the one that it's hard for me to get, actually. And level 1 in Sacred Crown. They get a Flower Crown. They're unaffected by boredom. Yeah, kind of hard. A Chamber of Truth. Another Chamber of Truth. My light magic is growing quite quickly. No, my light magic is slower compared to my natural magic right now. Let's do it. Oh, it's also only a side connecting. Interesting. Is there any way they both go here? No, because that's a Chamber of Truth going next to another Chamber of Truth. Inquisition guidelines. Students in this room have a chance of improving your relationship with the Inquisition. Honestly, because I can't connect to the locals very consistently using my own exploration, things like that actually might be really important for us. Pumpkin-headed. They learn half as fast, but they have no chance to become hungry. It has a chance to disappear, can be cured in the infirmary. I mean, we do have an infirmary down on the field as well anyway, so that can be cured. I think I will, yeah. I think getting things like Inquisition guidelines online is going to be pretty good for us. Gainsrov. You're antisocial, down to earth. You're a gourmet, you're well behaved. Yeah, you're a green sword. Bibliophobe. You've only 3 years in here. You are passionate, but you've no time to get to your 4th and 5th levels if you're only going to spend 3 years in the school. Go to hell. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. So the mission of ours that is half complete is the Nature Specialist. We are also, just about 30% complete with the actual run. Training 1 Archmage, that's going to be at the very end. Our relationship with Sphinxes, that is something I'm going to continually need to consider. How am I going to get a better relationship with the Sphinxes? Getting the trophy case? Trophy case. That's our way to do it. It's a plus 20 every time I give them a trophy case as well. I did say I was going to be stacking Dolmen until I get 4. Oh no, I just spent money and the teachers are about to come and say, oh, I need money. I'm sorry, teachers. I'm sorry, I spent all of the money too early. Yep, I refuse. Coffee's bad for your health. I can't give them a coffee machine from the 120 gold. Oof. My bad. Archangel Wings. When you are at least level 4 in Sacred Magic and level 3 in Heroism, you'll get Archangel Wings and generate Light Magic 125% faster. It's Retribution and Heroism that I can train. Sacred Magic's hard for me. Well, I'll just take the Sacred Halo, I guess, then. Archangel Wings are really good, but I think that it's going to take so long to get any of them online. An elf! You're a bit slow, but you're chosen by the light. Get in there. Athletic Worker. You're a bit slow, but you're an athletic and a worker. Yeah, you can be a green sword, sure. Nature deck draws a herbalist board for slightly improving their herbalism skills. There's also active students in this room have a small chance of becoming werewolves, especially if they're good at druidism. I'm going to take the lunar calendar and I'll put that in... wait. They're good at druidism, so that's going to be here. And I'll put that in the dolmen. So the characters in here are guaranteed. Also, we can see they've got their shamanic staff. They've got their Sylvan King's horns. Beautiful. They've even been bitten recently. They learn all magic 35% faster for 3 minutes. They're learning all light magic faster for 3 minutes as well. Oh my god, it's good. But the characters in here are going to have reasonable druidism by virtue of actually being in this room, and Lunar Calendar is likely to turn them into werewolves. If they're not anything else, right? I'm assuming that it can't turn an elf into a werewolf. Assuming possibly errantly, but that's the assumption I'm going with here. Back to the Corpse Crow. Hello. Ooh, baby! What do you want? Quick, you're scattering the cows. You can indeed see a few big pink animals, their tiny corkscrew tails peeing left and right as they run away. Did they mistake pigs for cows? Well. See, the thing about this, 200 natural mana, and I'll be able to get myself a guardian, as well as the factional reputation with them. So Guardian permanently improves the teacher. The teacher can now perform critical hits while teaching, giving a large knowledge bonus to students. You're fun, under the king's protection, you've got a round belly, and you're voracious, so you are a hungry boy. But I think you'll become our guardian. I think that's probably a grand idea. Yeah, that natural grace is lowering your requirements for your hunger, and you've got sweet dreams as well because you've been sleeping in a nice area. Yeah, that's all good. That's set up. You're just going to crit them, turning them into druids, and then the lunar calendar will turn them into werewolves. So we're going to have students just come into the building, day one. Oh, what's my first class? My first class is up in the dolmen. Okay, I'll go up into the dolmen, and then they leave that room, and they are completely genetically different. We fundamentally altered them. The light deck shows us another Bright Staff Refectory. Still holding one in hand. There's the religious cloister if I want to ever cap off one of these buildings now. I could honestly probably put it here right now. But the fact that that's so final is making it really hard to do. I'm going to take the Chamber of Truth, stack it there, and I will get my Inquisition guidelines online so that I have a chance of improving my relationship with the Inquisition. Unfortunately, no one's studying in here at all. I don't think I've ever seen anyone enter that room at all. May I ask why you have both pan and buy in your tags? Asks Purple Snow 413. You may. I'll give you the aside for it as quickly as I possibly can because I don't like doing super long asides and things that end up making their way to YouTube, but I think it's worth explaining. I happily accept either label attached to myself. I will call myself buy/pan. In many different areas, depending on the person that I'm talking to and my knowledge of their knowledge of queer communities, I will usually tailor and say one or the other in those instances in particular. But to me, they are the same. Some people differentiate between the two of them, and I'm not trying to evoke an argument there. But to me, they are the same. So I think it's easier for me to demonstrate myself effectively by using both tags. Stable. I don't know if I need another stable right now, but totem. Active students in the room slightly improve their druidism skills. Even further, put that in the same room. Everyone's just getting mad druidy in there. Well-behaved worker and Pea Potato. Get on in. Ooh, priest is one of the worst things you can become, bud. Reroll. Vigilante. Increases the efficiency of my religious cloisters by 1%. You did a paper which is now lost about the pan/buy discussion. Thank you greatly. Okay, cool. So you'd be well familiar with the breadth of that discussion. Another private bedroom for students. Generate some prestige or get private apartments. I think I'm gonna go for a private bedroom for students now. Yeah, it's just a really good connected tool piece. In fact, do I really want to do it like that? I think I could. Yeah, I'm gonna pop that there and then the Bright Staff Refectory next to it. Ivy Wolf's Tooth, greenhouse again. A second copy of Wolf's Tooth does nothing for us. It would lower the level, but it can't lower the level below 1, and it's already level 1. I think I just take the ivy and drop it in the most useful position for it right now, which would just be the most adjacencies, which is here. Hello, adventurers. Perform a hand imposition. They could go to the infirmary. I can go to +5 with them that way. Go to the local chapel. Yeah, I'm gonna perform their hand imposition and get +15 with them. They already like me a little bit because I had some ex-adventurers in my own. Yeah, exactly. Oh my god. The guilds haven't. They're on their way to liking us a hell of a lot. We haven't even talked to them much at all. That's perfect. The king only +10 to us. The orcs +5. Rough. That feels like they haven't really grown that fast from our banners. Maybe the banners are in not a great room. I should consider moving those. I should send out another contact to the Corpse Crow village as soon as I can. The Inquisition is very slowly gaining, but to be fair, that makes sense. It's an active room they're in constantly. Man, look at these criticals going off. You're level 5 in Druidism. Why are you still here? Get out. Why are you still learning that? Why? Yeah, actually, legitimately, why do they continue focusing on a school that they're already complete in? Are they about to, like, unless they're about to immediately leave the building and go, what? I did it. Let's take a nature draw. Fall season shoulder pads versus active characters in this room lose a bit of tiredness. Mandragork for creating Mandragork root component cards. Honestly, we have some cheese, so Mandragork just so that I can get some more would be nice. What heavily populated rooms even have the ability to hold 2 different clan banners at the moment? Is there even a room such as that? I don't know if there is. Change the school so he moves. But the thing is, I would have to change the school, like, as in move him to a class where he is no longer allowed to study any natural magic. Because I can't tell him to only study, you know, beast magic, which I would. But I can't tell him to only study beast magic. It doesn't let me. I do wish I had a little bit more finite control over the students, and specifically their studying paths. Like, yes, here I could forbid a school from studying nature, but only nature, not just druidism. Okay, well, let's actually watch the student. Yeah, he's still trying to learn. Don't ever go back to that class, Eloise. No events upcoming that really care about it, so I can just pull from both of these decks really quickly. Reliquary. Students working here learn light magic 50% faster and shadow magic 50% slower for a few minutes. Incredible. That's so good. Nature deck pull as well. Another stable. I don't care about the stables as much. Potted Unicorn, though. Active characters in this room have a chance of creating Unicorn Horn component cards. We are now, hopefully, going to be flooded with the ability to create a bunch of potions. In fact, I know it's Cheese, Mandragork, and Unicorn. Passionate Disciple. Yeah, that's fine. Cheese, Mandragork, and Unicorn, right? So which of these is made of those? Unicorn? Mandragork. Unicorn, Mandragork, and Cheese. It makes an alchemical reagent. Interesting. So that'll give me the ability to start building an alchemy area, and then alchemy would give me the ability to try and make more different potions. Bottled Glory and the Philosopher's Stone in particular are quite useful here. Filtered Power as well. I can make Filtered Power, though, if I get alcohol. Alcohol is hard to access. Without going into alchemy as well. Maybe I just keep some money and have an alembic available. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. There's the Mandragork rune and the Unicorn Horn. Pop, 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 There's our first alchemical reagent. I mean, I could just pull an alembic from this deck right now, and then I have my solution. I'll be back in a moment. I'm off to buy a lottery ticket. No commitment to the bid. I didn't even bother standing up. Alembic. This goes... Yeah, it's same down in there. This run is really going places. That's the trophy case. Right? I can go speak to the other people and say, hey, I got a trophy case for you now. You know? How you doing? Go for the medical cabinet, private apartment, student hall. I may just take the medicine cabinet this time. And pop that bad boy down in just a room where a lot of people are relatively consistently. That's literally just so that in the future, at some point, I can take something like the plant that eats scholars' hands and put it in the same room as the medicine cabinet, and I'll be increasing their health at the same rate as they are studying faster and losing health. Nature deck, no one's about to tell me to do anything. No, I'll wait for just a second though. Passionate, well-behaved. You're 7 years and you're passionate and you're a worker. Yeah, you can be a green sword marker yokai. We're bored. We're bored. We don't know what to do. There's nothing fun to do in the students' hall. I'll put together a nature trip with the Adventurers Guild. Get myself 2 Mandragora roots and 2 Parkerfoot hats. It was just short on the amount of gold I would have needed there. So Parkerfoot hats don't just mimic a random different ingredient, right? No, they are a specific ingredient themselves. Okay, does this give me the ability to make anything important? Yes, I can make bottled glory with this. 1, 2, wait, I don't have a unicorn horn in hand. It's okay, I will get it. Another guardian for more criticals, improves efficiency on the snake's floor. No, another guardian for more criticals. Who cares to crit? I mean, I would love if someone in one of these small rooms was critting consistently. You're teaching retribution. Yeah, crit. Why don't you crit when you're teaching that, huh? It seems like these are occasionally going off, but I feel like my orc rep... Oh, you know what it is? I think I insulted the orcs again. I think I got another -10 with them. So I was comparing it with... Yeah, no, it's only taken like half a minute there to get to from 5 to 12. That's actually doing fine. Oh, I cannot wait to get back into Wilderness for more of that advice clone. Ah. So excited about that game. Pretty much exactly as I expected was going to be the case, but I'll tell you, I think Rito has a better hit rate of picking games that I will like actually lose my mind over than I do. Disco Elysium, Circadian Dice, the Wilderness. New elves, yes, let's get some more elves in the school. And before I play that, we will up the application. So they must pay us more money. Passionate, well-behaved worker, beautiful. Shows my line shadows, yeah, great. Yeah, why don't you get in there too? Arcane, yeah, fine. Yeah, sure, you're an elf, aren't you? Worker, popular, dumb. Yeah, you're an elf? I'm pretty certain still though. So get in the school. Then we'll trade back immediately. That for lower requirements. Infinite Fan says, Wilderness did something I didn't expect. It made me care quite a bit more about the characters than XCOM. Yeah. Yep, it'll do that. It'll do that. There was a point that was just kind of touching. It wasn't even sad. It was just kind of touching in the wrap up in the last chapter. That, man, like, If I wasn't on camera, I think it would have gotten me. But the context of being on camera and the kind of like emotional labor of being on camera meant that I kept it together. But I could have easily seen myself like just shedding a little bit of just a tiny little bit of a tear. Just like, yeah, it was single patch of wetness down the cheek kind of situation. Of course, that's only chapter 1, or rather that's only chapter 1. That's only the first run. So we'll see what happens in the future. I strongly suspect that I'm going to, at one point, have to turn off the camera because I end up blubbering. That's just a suspicion on my part. Stack that bad boy, I think. Give me unicorn horns more. Another dolmen, that's exactly what we wanted. We are now 1 dolmen short of being able to get House Leprechaun for increasing the wealth of the characters inside of it. I could pull from the Arcane deck right now, but I may want to just save that mana for later. Actually, the Inquisition's about to get really mad at me. Oh, I don't want to discard random cards. Eee! Don't ask me to discard random cards, Inquisition, please. Just tithe. I'd like a word with you. I don't like that you practice sorcery, but I think we could work together at this very moment. My Inquisitors have found a few cursed places that need purifying. Could send a couple of your heretical sorcerers there to help. So I'm gonna need some more light mana so I can go to the Dark Temple specifically. We'll think about it, putting that event on hold. Null Passionate goes in there. Okay, so we'll be able to access the right one there. You're checking in with us to tell us that we've completed Nature Specialist, which is good, we have. Speaking of, let's pull from Nature deck. Mandragork, don't care about those. Improving Herbalism slightly. Or another Orc Hound. I'm likely to get another stable or 2. But increasing the character's herbalism enough will get them the activation of all of the different artifacts that we have. From the random VODs I've seen, it seems you only ever go to the Dark Temple, any particular reason. So I went to the Dark Temple in 2 of the previous runs, if I recall correctly, because I was like doing a shadow and light focus, like a dual shadow light focus kind of situation at the time. And I suspected that as a result, I was going to have better interactions with my skills in an area that was asking me to invest mana from that school. Right, like it seems more likely that there will be a lot of light interactions if they ask you to invest a lot of light mana to be able to go to a location. So that's like the extent and depth of it, really. Past that, very, very small considerations. Honestly, the sewer is probably better for the naturalists that I have here. Maybe I actually do just go to the sewer. The terrarium. You know what? Yeah, pop that in there. Completed an objective, of course. How long until... Oh, communication's unavailable, but it comes up in like a couple seconds. There it is. No? Wait. Why is my Oh, is my communication just exclusively unavailable until I can do this for you? I should actually have a look at my students in my school. See if maybe it makes a bunch more sense to go for one of these over the other. That's like a lot of light magic on you. Natural, lights. I wish I knew what they were doing in the fields as well. Retribution, heroism. Lot of very powerful beast magics here. Yeah, people are more maxed out on various... Yeah, people are more maxed out on various natural traits than they seem to be on light traits. Sure, let's go to the sewer. Yeah, why not? Do I want to do anything beforehand? Not that I can think of. Okay, and then this immediately gives us this communication. As much as I do want to go to the peasants and the Tower of Riddles, I think I do just need to immediately send myself out to the dungeon. Yes, you're in the floating city, exactly. I mean, yeah, gotta go somewhere. Okay. So Retribution gives retaliation, gives a 20% chance of acting instantly after you receive damage. Protective Ritual is an offensive spell that increases the shields of all of the students in the group by 3. After 10 rounds, it'll trigger a random known spell instead. What I really want is a party that has high protective magic and heroic armor. So Protective Rituals and heroic armor both go in the front line for us. And then behind that, I'm going to want people with high Wild Fury, because Wild Fury is from Druidism, an offensive spell that inflicts 2 damage to the closest enemy, gains 2 power after each attack for the duration of combat. So Zaina being a backline is pretty... Insect Swarm. Before combat, the student has a 4% chance of paralyzing for 1 round and weakening all enemies in the same file by 1 point. But that's a passive. It's not an active, it's passive. Oh, baby. That seems really good, though. That does seem really good. Okay, we're sorting by skill total already. Man, I kind of wish these people had a little bit longer to bake. So it looks like I'm settling for 3s. Man, that Wild Fury is quite low power. Scales a lot faster on other characters. Zaina, you definitely go out on the field. Hey, Zane. How's it going, bud? Tristan definitely goes out on the field as well. Both of you are backliners with your Wild Fury. And then our front line... Honestly, like, our front line could easily be Retro. Retromation over there. Karen Turner, baby, you could totally go there. Giant useful passive. Yeah, I think it's Retromation in the other as well. There you go. Then both of you are casting your Protective Rituals. Yes. So the problem here is going to be healing. That's going to be the problem here. Your protective magic on Zaina is like really low though. Oh, but that's your offensive. Yeah, you never mind. That's fine. Who's our frontline? It's Retro and Karen. Yeah, no, both of those are fine to be there. Yeah, I think this is us. I think we send them out. And for the sending of them out, I am going to drop my own camera. Start the adventure. The sewers in this ancient city are filled with treasures, but also with monsters who've made it their home. You must be careful and watch your step. It's a trap! You reach the end of a half-sunken corridor and find yourself at a dead end. However, as you turn around, you hear the shrill laugh of goblins and a gate closing behind you. You're trapped, and dark water begins to rise. There is a discharge pipe nearby. You could crawl inside, but it looks even dirtier than the surroundings, as impossible as that seems. Should we keep going? Yep. The vast hall is silent and dark. Its alcoves hold graves marked with runic symbols. The room's center is an altar with offerings. We don't have enough righteous cloisters, unfortunately. However, we can see what we can find in those graves. Fight 4 specters in order to get 440 gold, 60 shadow magic, and a crypt and a skull. Do I care about... What's a skull do for me? Oh, it makes my teachers ununionize. I think I actually just fight two specters. I don't really care about the shadow mana. I don't really care about the skull. Yep. Forward! Unfortunately, trapdoors, poison darts with no assassination. We don't have an elf here. Oh no. And we don't have enchantment workshop, so we just kind of increase our threat by 8. We've got very high threat to have no loot. This is not good so far. Hoof sounds. The next hallway is extremely dark and you hear the sounds of hooves coming towards you. 2 Dark Knights to get a guild and an old key. Our heroism is at least level 5, so we can fight them on lower levels. They're more than just Dark Knights. There's another animal. Let's go see. If I fight them at their normal level, I can now also get a Pegasus. Or it's probably not just coconuts banging together. Let's turn around. Yeah, let's do the one that gives us a Pegasus, I think. So the Dark Knights have 8 and 7 damage apiece. And they've got armor as well? Gosh, I may not survive this. Let's slow this down and see it resolve. So there's our armor resolutions. The other Dark Knight skipped its turn. We deal good damage, but... Oh, we are barely gonna prevent our frontliners from taking any damage, that is. Barely going to prevent them. And that's important, because as soon as they are able to start damaging my frontline, then I basically need to leave. I don't really have health support for them past that point. Life Fountain. A large empty room houses a gorgeous fountain covered in plants and flowers. The vital essence flowing through it is intangible. 280 natural mana. Use the water to heal our wounds. Get 3 healing cards. That would be worthwhile. Its water would be perfect to raise arcane fish. Get another aquarium. I'm looking for gold, baby. I'll take another aquarium. Dragon Peatlands. The putrid smell that assaults you is unmistakable. These are the peatlands where slimy marsh dragons are found. They're aggressive creatures with a dangerous acid breath. Be careful. You can clean the place up. One of them looks like a real dragon. Clean the place up. That will not give us reputation with the peasants. I could get to 100 reputation with the peasants if I just fight 5 slimy marsh dragons, rather than trying to get a green dragon. But a green dragon's so good for us as well. Oh yeah, their damage is tiny. We need, so enemies, if they want to overwhelm us, the enemies need to have high damage, not high health. Yeah, because their damage doesn't matter to me. If it can't overwhelm the growth of the shields of my front line, it's not relevant. Pentagram. On the floor, in the middle of the corridor, you find a pentagram circled with candles. You will have to cross it to continue. This is clearly a demonic summoning circle that demonologists love to use as security for their homes. We don't have enough demonology or runes to be able to do anything there, but we can say, well, it's got to be crossed, and go across it by fighting 3 level 17 demons, getting ourselves a demonic chamber. I don't care about a demonic chamber, frankly, at all, so I'm going to turn around, find another way, increase my threat a little bit. Marjon, thank you very much for the Prime subscription. Enjoy your emotes in chat, and welcome to the Republic. My apologies if I have missed any subscriptions recently as well. Try the Gilded Key. Get 470 gold as well as a Plane Telescope. Plane Telescope is the one that has the ability to increase the amount of time they spend in the school. And also there's a quest line that has a positive result if you have the Plane Telescope specifically. There's also the Old Key for a large hourglass. Oh no, large hourglass keeps them at school, doesn't it? I'm going to take the Plane Telescope. Gilded Key. Forward! Unlucky adventurers, you find 4 lifeless bodies of adventurers lying in the middle of the hall. It's hard to tell what happened, but it clearly involved a few sharp implements. It's sad their gold is useless now. Their armor is well made. I haven't got a warrior codex, so I can't get full season shoulder pads as a result of that, but our sacred magic is quite high. If we give them an appropriate grave, we will get plus 35 factional reputation with the Adventurers Guild and plus 5 with the Inquisition. I like it. Opulent Room. You step into a luxuriously decorated room with tall bookcases surrounding an ebony desk. The walls are covered with many beautiful portraits, and there are several intriguing mechanical items laid out on pedestals. A large chest sits on a red cushion. Okay. That sometimes the thing is broken. It's not right now. Spellbook has a chance of giving students a specialization in magic. Mysterious Blueprints has a chance of increasing the intelligence of active students in the room. Criticality Prism and Amalary Sphere are both pretty ridiculous, I'm pretty sure. Can't remember exactly how, but I'm pretty sure they're both ridiculous. I love big chests. I cannot lie, the arm chest did seem like it was an alchemy kind of tie-in, if I recall correctly. 630 gold, not bad too, though. And then draw the card painting. I think I'm going to go with the small items that seem very precious there. I see. Uh-oh. You hear a booming voice behind you as you're busy plundering.
I see we have some guests.
You turn around and find the exit blocked by a lich and some cultists. And we'll stay a bit longer, thank you very much. Still some plundering to do. I'd have to fight a arc lich as well as 2 cultists in order to get a painting at a scale. I'm pretty sure I'm about to lose all of these characters, so rip Tromation. Even if I take the fight against the cultists. I'm going to take the fight against the cultists normal and see if I can survive this. 8 damage? Ooh, maybe. Yeah, maybe I could have survived the Archlich there. Hungry for knowledge. Rats. Big ones at that. Currently devouring a pile of books and scrolls. Should we interrupt their meal? We can get a Celerity, a Bark Skin, and a Finger of Death. Spells we would be able to use in this dungeon to try and get us a little further into it. Our temporal magic is not high enough to be able to do both at the same time. The rats are simply too big. I'm going to take the Celerity, Bark Skin, and Finger of Death. I want to see it. Get a little bit further in this dungeon. Unfortunately, the rats can attack the back line, but thankfully we are shielding everyone. We can see that Tristan is like almost being damaged consistently there, which is kind of rough. Celerity allows the student to play twice each combat round. Use this at the beginning of combat. There's also Bark Skin, giving 2 armor points for the beginning of a combat and duration. And then Finger of Death, kill a monster before the start of combat, boss excluded. This should give us the ability to dive down a little bit deeper. Sleep Feet, thank you very much for the Prime subscription. Enjoy remotes in chat, and welcome to the Republic. Let's move forward. Oh, rats again. Yeah. Let's do rats again. Let's do it again. We've actually lost some HP on 3 of our characters here. Oof. Forward again. Door of the Deep. A heavy stone door catches your eye. It has a pattern of tentacles, corals, and seashells. It clearly dates back to the Great Empire of the Deep. We don't have a Deep Folk. We don't have Elementalism. We don't have Divermi Tentaculi, so I'm just going to have to move onwards. Stone Circle. This has got to be a druid ability, right? The area is completely overgrown. A crude stone circle stands in the center of the room. In the middle of the circle stands a small green emerald. Our druids should take time to inspect the monoliths. Yep, the druids are adamant. These monoliths are sleeping trolls. Large trolls with very rocky figures. Attack them while they sleep, or we can learn a lot from the venerable trolls. 3 copies of a nature room and 1 of the Sylvan King's horns. That nature room is actually pretty efficient. The teacher rune is actually pretty good. I think they're actually even critting. That nature room being more efficient would actually be really good for us. Attacking while they sleep to get a bunch of natural mana seems good, but this is so powerful. Forward. Torture chamber. You find yourself in a dismal chamber that seems to have once been used for torture. Many spiked tables, various tools, and a shelf covered in scrolls. We have 6 retribution, so we can dismantle it and get 2 repentant beds. Those are so good. We can give the Inquisition a plus 15. We can give the Kingdom a plus 15 or 2. We're definitely taking the 2 good beds. Repentant beds have a small chance of removing a negative trait from a student that sleeps in them. Forward. Use the old key on this one because it's the only remaining one we have. A white goonie pig. There is a pile of bone in the middle of the room. On it sits a white goonie pig with red eyes. It seems peaceful, nibbling on a piece of grass that have grown amidst the bones. You're unsure, but this could be a mimic. How many options do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4. We have no more than 4, but also no fewer. Oh, what? It could be an ancient marsh dragon. We'll get skull and sword in the stone for doing so. Our beast magic is quite high. That'll de-level the beast quite high. Quite a lot, rather. We could probably get rid of its curse with a ritual and turn it back into a nice little cute guinea pig. If I had some demonology on track here. Slime marsh dragon. 21 damage. Whoops. I think I might have killed one of us. I'm gonna bark skin you. and Barkskin you, and Celerity you. So you'll act 2 times in the first round. And when you act in the first round, Karen, can I tell anything about you? Karen, can I look at your spell? Karen? No, apparently not. I'm pretty sure she had 4. So she'll act 2 times, giving 4 shield to everyone 2 times. Rito will give 3 shield to everyone. So everyone will have 11, and then you've got 9 and then 5 damage reduction. 11, 9, 5, 20. Man, you'll only be able to take 1 hit to the Slimy Marsh. I think I actually might need Celerity on my other character as well. Literally just to keep them alive. Nope. We lost one. Keep going. Karen. Forward. Stone circle. Inspect the monoliths. Take those nature rooms. Forward. Roaming troll. This is a boss battle. That's so rude. It's a boss battle specifically. So because it's a boss battle, I'm not going to have the ability to use a Finger of Death. That's the reason I was still going into the dungeon, because I was like, I've got Fingers of Death for him. But nope, the boss battle is still a boss battle. Yep. Yeah, that'll do it. Yep. Well, loot gained from the dungeon. We at least still get to take all this stuff home. Look, sometimes all of your friends die. Full stop. Hey, sometimes that happens.